In Western astrology, Vesta is one of the four major asteroids, along with Ceres, Pallas, and Juno, that are considered significant in a birth chart. Named after the Roman goddess of the hearth and home, Vesta symbolizes themes of devotion, focus, and sacred service. In Roman mythology, Vesta was associated with the eternal flame and the inner sanctum of both the home and the temple, representing purity, spiritual dedication, and guardianship of what is sacred. Essence of Vesta in astrology. 1. Sacred fire and devotion. Vesta represents the inner flame, the passion or cause that drives us. It's associated with how we dedicate ourselves to something greater, whether that be a career, a spiritual practice, or personal commitments. 2. Focus and commitment. The placement of Vesta in a birth chart indicates where and how we focus our energy, what we are willing to devote time and effort to. It shows where we are capable of intense concentration and where we can cultivate mastery or excellence. 3. Spiritual purity. Vesta also carries themes of sacred purity, not necessarily in a sexual sense, but in the ability to maintain clarity of purpose. It can symbolize celibacy or chastity for some, but more broadly, it relates to a focused dedication that is untainted by distractions. 4. Self-sufficiency and independence. Vesta's energy is self-contained and often associated with periods of solitude or retreat. It encourages an inward journey where one's inner light is tended without the need for external validation or attention. Healing and transformation. As a goddess tied to the hearth, Vesta is also connected to personal and spiritual healing. The flame is not only about devotion, but also about renewal and transformation, especially when it comes to maintaining boundaries and protecting one's inner space. Meanings of Vesta in a birth chart? In the houses. Vesta's placement in the natal chart by house shows the area of life where one is most likely to demonstrate focus, dedication, and perhaps some sacrifice. For example, Vesta in the 6th house might indicate a dedication to work or health, while in the 12th house, it could reflect a devotion to spirituality or a hidden cause. In the signs, the sign that Vesta is in can color how you express devotion and focus. For example, Vesta in Aries may devote energy to pioneering or leading a cause, while Vesta in Pisces may express through compassion, healing, or creative pursuits. Aspects. The aspects that Vesta makes to other planets can reveal how your devotion and sense of sacred duty interact with other areas of your life. A harmonious aspect to Venus might show devotion to love and beauty, while a challenging aspect to Mars could indicate difficulties in balancing personal desires with devotion to a cause. Keywords for Vesta: devotion, focus, sacred purpose, spiritual service, self-sufficiency, inner flame, purity, healing. In summary, Vesta in astrology speaks to what we hold sacred, how we channel our focus and dedication, and where we may find healing through solitude or spiritual service. It represents the fire within, which must be carefully tended to illuminate and guide one's journey. Vesta, the sacred flame in Aries for Aries ascendant 1st house. Self-mastery and personal devotion. With Vesta in the 1st house, Aries ascendants feel a profound dedication to their self-expression and personal identity. There is a burning desire to perfect oneself and lead by example. These individuals are likely to devote themselves to developing their leadership skills, often embodying independence and assertiveness. Focused on initiating projects, Vesta's flame is directed toward personal action and new beginnings. Aries ascendants may become pioneers in their fields, driven to start projects that reflect their individuality. Challenges. A tendency to overfocus on personal goals might lead to self-centeredness or burnout due to constant drive without rest. Vesta in Aries for Taurus ascendant, 12th house. Devotion to solitude and spiritual retreat. For Taurus ascendants, Vesta in the 12th house emphasizes a sacred calling to spiritual exploration and personal retreat. They may find that their true focus is best directed inward through meditation, introspection, or quiet service to others in unseen ways. Healing through solitude. This placement suggests that Taurus ascendants might engage in healing practices or charitable work behind the scenes. Challenges. Balancing the need for solitude with the material focus of Taurus could be difficult, potentially leading to isolation or a sense of withdrawal from the world. Vesta in Aries for Gemini ascendant 11th house. Devotion to community and collective goals. Gemini ascendants with Vesta and Aries in the 11th house feel a strong urge to initiate and lead within social groups or community-driven projects. They bring an independent and innovative spirit to group settings and are often the ones spearheading new collective initiatives. Focused on friendships and ideals, there's a sense of sacred duty to contribute to society, whether through activism, social reform, or large group endeavors. Challenges. Restlessness may arise from constantly initiating but struggling to follow through with long-term collective goals. Vesta in Aries for Cancer ascendant, 10th house. Devotion to career and public life. Cancer ascendants with Vesta and Aries in the 10th house bring fierce determination to their careers. They are likely to devote themselves to public service or leadership roles that allow them to take charge and lead new ventures. Their career is where they feel a sense of purpose, striving to make a strong impact on the world. Focused on leadership and profession, these individuals are trailblazers in their chosen fields, often initiating ambitious projects that reflect their vision and independence. Challenges. The strong focus on career might lead to workaholism, neglecting personal or emotional needs. Vesta in Aries for Leo ascendant, 9th house. Devotion to higher learning and philosophy. For Leo ascendants, Vesta in Aries in the 9th house suggests a sacred calling to explore new philosophical, religious, or spiritual frontiers. They are likely to initiate new studies, travels, or belief systems that align with their personal truths. Focused on spiritual leadership, these individuals might feel called to share their beliefs and wisdom, leading others on their spiritual or intellectual journey. Challenges. There may be a tendency to become dogmatic or overly assertive in promoting personal philosophies or spiritual beliefs. Vesta in Aries for Virgo ascendant, 8th house. Devotion to transformation and healing. Virgo ascendants with Vesta in Aries in the 8th house are drawn to deep psychological transformation and matters of shared resources. They may devote themselves to research, investigation, or even healing professions that deal with trauma, crisis, or personal transformation. Focused on merging and rebirth. Their path may involve managing joint finances or taking on roles that allow them to facilitate significant change for others. Challenges. They may become overly intense or secretive about their efforts, or they might struggle with control issues when managing shared resources. Vesta in Aries for Libra ascendant. Devotion to partnerships. Libra ascendants with Vesta in Aries in the 7th house are deeply focused on relationships and partnerships. They approach one-on-one connections with a strong sense of independence, which can bring both strength and conflict in relationships. Focused on dynamic partnerships, these individuals need freedom within relationships and may initiate new dynamics or ventures alongside their partners. Challenges. There can be a struggle between the desire for harmony and the need for independence, leading to instability in relationships. Vesta in Aries for Scorpio ascendant, 6th house. Devotion to work and health. For Scorpio ascendants, Vesta in Aries in the 6th house highlights a dedication to daily work, health, and service. They are likely to approach their work with focus and drive, initiating new routines, health practices, or projects that enhance their ability to serve others. Focused on practical solutions, there is a tendency to approach health and daily tasks with a warrior-like mentality, seeing their work as a mission. Challenges. Burnout or frustration could arise if they feel overwhelmed by the demands of their work or routines. Vesta in Aries for Sagittarius ascendant. Devotion to creativity and children. Sagittarius ascendants with Vesta in Aries in the 5th house feel a sacred calling toward creative endeavors or nurturing their children. They may devote themselves to artistic projects, teaching, or working with youth. Focused on self-expression, creativity and personal expression are treated as sacred pursuits, with a focus on originality and innovation. Challenges. There may be a tendency to rush through creative projects or become overly focused on personal recognition. Vesta in Aries for Capricorn ascendant. Devotion to home and family. Capricorn ascendants with Vesta in Aries in the 4th house feel a strong sense of duty toward their home and family. They may be the initiators of change or new traditions within their family unit. focused on emotional foundation. These individuals work to create a secure and dynamic home life, often taking the lead in domestic matters. Challenges. The need for control at home may lead to conflicts with family members or difficulty finding emotional balance. Vesta in Aries for Aquarius ascendant. Devotion to communication and learning. For Aquarius ascendants, Vesta in Aries in the third house brings a passionate focus on communication, learning, and intellectual pursuits. They may devote themselves to mastering new skills, teaching, or engaging in community dialogue. Focused on sharing ideas, these individuals are likely to initiate conversations, writing projects, or local activities that align with their interests. Challenges. They might struggle with restlessness, constantly seeking new ideas, but not always following through with their intellectual pursuits. Vesta in Aries for Pisces ascendant. Devotion to resources and values. Pisces ascendants with Vesta in Aries in the second house are driven to manage their resources with focus and intensity. They may initiate new financial ventures or find themselves dedicated to creating personal wealth or stability. Focused on building wealth. Their sense of self-worth is tied to their ability to independently manage and increase their assets. There could be a tendency to take financial risks or impulsively manage their resources, leading to instability.